12 minutes past 9, this is Talk Sport, 1089, 1053, and across the United Kingdom on digital radio, also across Edinburgh, Fife and the Lothians on Talk 107. It's George Galloway live from South Lebanon. I'm Duncan Barks in London, England, and we're here through until 10 o'clock tonight. Mike Dickin here from 10. 08704 20 20 20 is the phone-in number. Talksport.net is the website. Go there, email us, or you can text 81089. It'll cost you 50 pence plus your normal network rate. And we'll go through some of the texts and emails in a few moments' time, but let's go to Mustafa in Gants Hill. You're on the air. Good evening.
Hi, George. I want to express my opinion, and I would like your opinion on the points that I raised. Okay?
Okay.
For lasting peace, the Muslim and Arab viewpoint must be listened to seriously. And currently it seems like the West is doing all that it can to dismiss and illegitimize our viewpoint before we've even spoken. For example, I had t-shirts with the Hezbollah logo on them made to raise money for a legitimate charity that I put on eBay. But now eBay is trying to remove my listings for these t-shirts, saying that it is an offensive item, whilst they allow all sorts of Israeli IDF items. Is this not hypocrisy? Now, how can the West expect lasting peace in the Middle East when the West tries to impose its own and Israel's agenda on a people that don't want it and refuses to listen to us or give our views any legitimacy? How can they expect to stop terrorism when they treat us like this? Why does Bush and Blair refuse to listen to us seriously? Please give me your opinion on this. And finally, would you agree with my analysis of Western foreign policy in the Middle East that is like pushing a knife in 6 inches, then pulling it out 3 and calling it progress?
Well, I'm not sure they even pulled it out 3, Mustafa. They promised to do so with the Oslo Agreement, which has never been implemented, and it's now 12 years old. On the subject of eBay, let me tell you that eBay forbade me to auction a box of Havana cigars because Havana, Cuba, is blockaded by the United States of America, and eBay is an American company. So if you can't sell by auction for a good cause a box of Havana cigars that you can buy in any high street in any city in Britain perfectly legally, then I doubt if they'll allow you to market your Hezbollah t-shirts. You'll have to find another way.
What do you think of the hypocrisy of the
hypocrisy is total, and the hypocrisy runs through almost everything that the American and British governments do. And in fact, I saw on CNN yesterday that an American television station owner has been arrested under the criminal law for offering other stations footage from Al-Manar television, an absolutely legal television station broadcasting from Beirut, which is supportive of Hezbollah, and which thousands of people in Britain are watching on their Sky TV package right now. Well, at least they would be if they weren't listening to this radio station. Mustafa, you've got it right. And the alienation of our Muslim population and many other parts of our population is gathering pace the more this double standard hypocrisy continues to be the policy of our country.
Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you, George.
Many thanks for your call. It's 60 minutes past 9, Talk Sport, 1089, 1053 AM across the UK on digital radio, and we're broadcasting across Edinburgh, Fife and the Lothians on Talk 107. George, we're being accused here at Talk Sport of over-sensationalising your broadcast this evening, saying that it is actually a former war zone and you are under no threat of harm. You might like to respond to that.
Well, of course, the bodies lie unburied and the stench of death is not pleasant. And the unexploded ordnance could explode at any time. But it's certainly true, Duncan, that I'm not under anything like the danger that the people of Lebanon were under for that 34 days that the world sat watching its television sets and listening to its radio, whilst more than 1,000 of them were butchered, while thousands of them were wounded, whilst hundreds of thousands of them were made refugees in their own country. The biggest danger for me this evening is stepping on one of those little squash balls that will blow my leg off. That's, dangerous enough for my family listening at home this evening, but I'm not pretending that I'm here amongst exploding bombs. I'm not.
You've talked about the cluster bombs. You mentioned this in the last hour. There's a very interesting piece in today's Sunday Times. I use interesting in the most utmost respectful definition about 3 young children, 10, 12 and 10, who returned to their house after the 34 days of war on the basis that the carnage had pretty much stopped until they picked up a cluster bomb, believing it was a ball, and actually have now got shrapnel in their liver and various other parts of their body. And I'm sure that's not an isolated story. Sticking on the subject of weapons, someone else is texting in wanting to know if there's any proof of chemical weapons that have been used over the last 34 days of war.
No, I don't have any proof of that, and I haven't seen that alleged. I'd be surprised if that were true.
Okay, we'll get more calls on air, 08704 20 20 20. Email us via www.talksport.net and text us 81089, and will cost you 50 pence plus your normal network rate. I'm Duncan Barks in London, George Galloway is in South Lebanon, and this is Talk Sport and Talk 107.
Get an instant